Hello, my name is Hedayat, one of the active community members of Holochain. In this series of videos called Holochain for Beginners, I would like to share my knowledge about Holochain with you. If you are new to Holochain, I hope these videos can help to understand the basics of Holochain. So let's start. What is Holochain? As you see here, this is the agenda of this video. Holochain is agent-centric architecture. Holochain is an open source framework. Holochain is not a cryptocurrency. Holochain is not blockchain. At the end, how to get more information about Holochain. Holochain is agent-centric architecture. First of all, in the next video, I will explain agent-centric in Holochain in more details. In this section, we will only have a brief look at the agent-centric. To understand agent-centric, we need to know how the systems and applications are working right now, which means data-centric. Data-centric is an architecture that data is your primary identity. Look at this photo. If Alice and Bob want to do a transaction via PayPal, first they need to go to a third-party service like Gmail and create an email address. Then both of them have to do a registration process in PayPal using their email address. And if PayPal confirms their email accounts, and then they can start doing some transactions. As you're already familiar with this process, you need to produce some data first to identify yourself for applications, website, and systems. That's why we are calling them data-centric. Mostly they are centralized or distributed. Look at this photo again. If Alice wants to send a message to Bob, the message at first should go and save inside some servers and databases, and then it will be delivered to Bob. As a matter of fact, Alice cannot contact Bob directly. We are not the owner of our data, so it's not really democratic. We have no privacy. Data can be easily changed, censored, or filtered by data holders. In addition, there is no meaning of private data in data-centric architecture. So, let's go to agent-centric to see what is waiting for us. In agent-centric architecture, each person is responsible for creating and maintaining their own digital identity and profile using personal devices. For example, in the Holochain ecosystem, if I want to install and join a Twitter application, there is no need to create a new email address. I can easily create a new profile on my cell phone and join Twitter with a new profile. My new profile can be totally different from my profile in Instagram. Agents are connecting to each other directly. Two agents or users can easily communicate to each other directly without any need for any third party sitting in the middle and listening and collecting our private data. For the first time, we have real privacy in terms of data. That means data splits into private and public sectors. Private data is the data that never leaves your devices. They are yours and you are responsible to maintain it. Public data of each application will be shared inside the community of the application, not the whole world. It means each agent or user inside the community will be responsible to maintain some part of public shared data by hosting DHT, distributed hash tables. In other words, each agent or user supports the community by sharing some storage and process of his or her device. Holochain is an open source framework to implement peer-to-peer distributed applications. That means Holochain is a tool that we can use to implement our applications in a peer-to-peer fashion, like social media applications, messengers, payment application, and much more. Holochain is free and will be developed and maintained by the community. The community is open and anybody can join and can be a contributor. CAL is a cryptographic autonomy license, which is a new breed of open license that protects not just the app developer and user of the source code, but also end user privacy and control of identity and data. which has been registered by Holochain to protect us. So I recommend you going to this link and reading more about it in detail. Holochain is not a token or cryptocurrency or even a smart contract. If you have heard about the hot tokens or holofuel, they are totally different topics. I will explain them later in another standalone videos, but for right now it is enough to know that they are not Holochain. Holochain is just a framework or tool to implement application. It means you can use Holochain to implement cryptocurrency applications or tokens or even a smart contract. Holochain is a proper framework to implement mutual credit applications. Mutual credit is a type of alternative currency. For example, LETS or local exchange trading system are a sort of mutual credit system. If you are about to implement a currency for your local community or you have any mutual credit solution in your mind, Holochain can be a good option. Just give it a try. So one of the most interesting topic around the Holochain is that Holochain is not blockchain. Holochain doesn't have global consensus. Blockchain architecture has a global state, and that's why they need global consensus algorithms like a proof of work or proof of stakes and etc. to validate the user data or activities. While Holochain applications are community-based with a local state, it means each agent or user is responsible to validate data inside the network. That's why there is no need for any global consensus algorithms. In consequence, Holochain doesn't have the scaling issue like blockchain. It means in Holochain architecture, the performance gets better if an application has more users. Holochain is agent-centric. Inside blockchain, users cannot communicate to each other directly. They still should rely on distributed blockchain data. Holochain is using DHT or distributed hash tables to support data sharing among the users. If you are familiar with the torrent system, then this topic is quite familiar to you. And again, Holochain is not a smart contract. You can implement a smart contract with Holochain. So, if you would like to know more about Holochain, please visit holochain.org. If you would like to participate and help the community, you can visit forum.holochain.org. And also, my suggestion to you is to research and study agent-centric as much as you can. Understanding the concept of agent-centric help you better understanding the future and also the community of Holochain. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and see you in the next one. Take care.